In no other place in the Torah do we have as many identical psukim present as in our Parsha, Parshas Naso. At the very end of the Parsha, there are many psukim that I read. It's actually the psukim that we read, the Parsha that we read on Chanukah, in which, when it came to the inauguration of the Mishkan, the Chanukas HaMishkan, the Nesiim, all of the heads of tribes came forth, and each one of them offered a korban each day on the first 12 days of the inauguration of the Mishkan. But the Torah goes to a great extent to detail every single one of the korbanos that were brought, as opposed to perhaps just saying, okay, here is a list of all the Nesiim, all the heads of tribes, and they brought the same korban. No, the Torah goes into detail with each one and repeats the korban that was brought. And of course, it begs the question, the Torah never minces words. There is a reason why every word that we have in the Torah is found there. And here, of course, the question is, why? Why did the Torah need to go into great detail, repeating all of the same words, repeating all of these psukim when it came to the korban of each nasi? So Rav Baruch of Pshischa suggests the following. He says that the reason the Torah goes into such detail about the korban brought by each nasi is because the Nesiim brought from their own desire, from their own devotion, and not out of peer pressure. That there are times in life when we may act based on an example set by someone else. And hopefully it's a positive example and it's a motivator for us to do the same. For example, someone gives money to tzedakah, and we see them giving money to tzedakah, and we say, oh, you know what? It's a beautiful tzedakah, just like they gave, I'm going to give. So we look at that and we say, okay, that's healthy. Maybe that's a peer pressure that's in a healthy, positive way, and we see that many times with tzedakah, certainly the tzedakah campaigns that we see today. Now, from one perspective, the fact that we're motivated by others is praiseworthy, but on the other hand, the opposite could take effect as well. And that is, a person may act in response to someone else out of jealousy or peer pressure in a negative sense, and not from our own sincere commitment. The Nesiim, they showed that true sincerity when they each brought their offerings, and it's reflected by the fact that the Torah goes out of its way to detail every single item that was brought by each Nasi, even though each korban was identical to that of their colleagues. May we continue to be motivated to live Torah lives out of our personal commitment, desire, and honesty. And if we feel the sense of peer pressure in the positive sense, wonderful, let's go with it. But if we end up wanting to do something like someone else does, not out of positive peer pressure, but really out of jealousy, then we have to think twice about how we act and make sure that our motivations remain pure. May we be zocheh to indeed find the positive and build on the positive in all of our engagements. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.